Okay, continuing on previous topic, we've got another line of thought. So, your body releases resources if there's a signal or demand for them. And if there is no signal or demand for them, there there's just no prompt, there's no request for the resources. You're not going to release resources. So, it's essential to want something. Um, So with this line of, oh my God. So with the idea I was here, where is it possible to do something without aesthetic? I think that line of thought, what I failed to understand there was, or the true essence of the question is it possible to want something without having an aesthetic behind it? And why do people even need an aesthetic to want something in the first place? And the thought that just randomly popped in my head, I'm gonna try to break down maybe why. I don't really know yet why, but I'll try to figure it out right now. It went something like this. The reason why people rely on aesthetics to back their desires is because of lack of sense of self. What do I mean by that? For example, let's say something even really simple, like I want to succeed in X. Whatever you're doing, whatever the fuck your endeavor is. I want my painting to be good. I want my code to run. I want to be good at whatever I'm doing, right? That's a very like it's it's a very if you were to look at a child who hasn't been fucking brainwashed, uh they don't have a strong sense of aesthetics. They have a very intrinsic locus of what makes something aesthetic. They're able to want things without needing to justify on a moral, ethical, societal level why they want it. They don't go and sit there like, I want to succeed in this because I want to send a message to the world about blah blah blah. Like, um, for example, what's the difference between children and slightly older children in how they interpret superheroes? A complete child will look at it and be like, superheroes are cool! And that's it. That's all they care about. And then everything else is peripheral to that. Meanwhile, the way we would interpret superheroes is like, oh, look how responsible they are. Look how much they're doing for society. All that the kids are looking at is they're cool and they are strong. And that's why superheroes are so attractive to children. Because children are attracted to being strong and cool. Healthy children. Before they're getting mind fucked by our shitty society. So, uh, the point I'm trying to say is a child, or uh, I'm gonna move away from children, but the point I'm saying is aesthetics are Not necessary. There's something that you use to compensate for lack of self love or self-worth. A child doesn't need to sit there and okay, back to children. Uh, a person shouldn't need to sit there and justify why he wants to succeed and be strong. Why the fuck do you need a reason? Why the fuck do you need a reason? That is so stupid. That is so stupid. Like this whole idea of finding meaning in your life, I think is just fundamentally false. Like uh like Nietzsche is famous for his if you have a why, you can bear anyhow. Or it was something like more like one who has a why can bear anyhow, right? Very famous, very powerful quote. Look at how Nietzsche's life ended. Bro literally just got broken by life itself. What the fuck do you mean? Why the fuck would you listen to someone like that? Do you want to be like Nietzsche? Don't get me wrong, the guy has a lot of interesting ideas, but I'm attributing the fact that the way he lived his life as a product to those ideas, and his ideas destroyed him. Why? Because he believed that you needed a strong why, which is fundamentally wrong. You do not need an aesthetic. You do not need a why. Why the fuck do you need a why? The fact that people are trying to look for a why shows that they are trying to compensate for their own incompleteness. And the search for aesthetics, this reliance on aesthetics, this neurotic mindset is just a crutch. It is irrational and it is not needed. What, how do, at least I currently, if it's not needed, how do I envision it now? What is my new model? What is my new understanding of it? Or my current understanding of it? It's something along the lines of just a very high degree of self entanglement. Not in the sense of you're you're all scrambled up inside and you don't know what the fuck is happening. Not that in that sense. I mean as in you're like closely bound to self and you're very in touch with self, entangled with self. And maybe that is enough. It's very hard to put it into words. It's just like a feeling of I don't know how to even describe it, like operating yourself. It's an inherently neutral feeling. It's a very balanced feeling. At least the one that I'm remembering or imagining right now. It's a very you don't need like in extreme stimulus. You don't have much strong fear or whatever. You're just, it's not even that you're moving with the flow. It's like you're just walking in the path that you want to walk. And there doesn't need to be this dramatic scene or self-justification. Like, oh, my dog died, and for him I will do this. Oh, blah blah blah, look at me, I'm so beautiful. Look at me, I'm gonna become God. Like how Nietzsche looked at himself, right? No, you don't need any of those things to just flow. I don't know, it's very hard to explain. I don't know, I will explore this feeling a little bit more, but that was my insight that I've unraveled. The reason why we rely on aesthetics is because lack of connection or a disconnect from self, that we are compensating with this emotional storytelling. You do not need that. Or at least that's my theory for now.